Hello everyone, greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. We have just filmed a video for you with Katerina, and she was joking that if she knew there were 2 videos to be filmed, she would bring other set of clothes. And I was telling her that I don't have the same problem because I film like 2-3 videos every week because we have another channel for ladies as well, and there I try to be present in at least 1 video per week. So it is hard to keep up with the amount of clothes to film every time in something new. Guys, by the way, please share in the comments below if it frustrates you that we are filming in the same office and wearing same sweaters. Or if it is about the topic and pretty much you don't bother that much if we are dressed the same way. Okay, let's jump into the topic. The gentleman has sent an email to us. I can't read it. It is 1 page long, but he has asked us not to read his email in the video. So pretty much we will discuss the whole topic without reading the whole email. The gentleman said that we critique men in our video. I critique men in my video. Why don't I critique women? And I have repeated so many times that we have a separate channel for ladies where we discuss female dating mistakes, and we talk there about unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating of women. And I have written 2 books. My 3rd book right now is getting ready to be published, and in all these books pretty much I'm sharing dating stories, and my books are addressed to women, but smart and I would say brave guys like our operator Sasha are not afraid to read them, even though the book is read. My 1st and 2nd books, they are read with this sparkling shoe with high heel on the cover. Anyway, let's talk about mistakes of women, because some gentlemen think we do not critique women in our videos. First of all, I want to tell that we do not critique men. We critique dating strategies of some men, and we share some dating mistakes so that other people who watch our channel can prevent themselves from falling for same mistakes. But let's talk about women.
Yeah, because the main goal of our videos of our channel is to be useful for you, that you can listen to other mistakes of other people, to learn from it, to get it like some experience and not to repeat it in your life. So if we
See,
only...
in some of the last videos you have criticized clients, men.
Men. Because this channel was created for men. So here we give advice, recommendations, everything, stories that will be useful for men. If we are talking only about good stories and only how people did well and everything went smoothly, it will be nice to hear, it will be nice to watch, but it will not teach you anything. So
3 tips if, for example, the client was successful, it will be: first, have realistic dating expectations, listen to your matchmaker, implement everything your matchmaker tells you. Happy end.
Also, we have to remember that ladies, they're also human beings, and as all people, they also do mistakes on dates too. And of course, if it will make you happier, if it will help you to feel that we criticize not only men, but I can't call it criticize, we just
criticize dating strategy.
Yes, and some mistakes that people do,
flirting techniques,
just with the goal to help you to prevent it, to prevent you from doing it in future. But if you think that some ladies' mistakes will help you too, then of course we can share with you some of them to show you that we all are human beings, we can make mistakes, and it's absolutely fine if you make a mistake that can be resolved, that is not something very crucial that we can't resolve later anyhow. So let's discuss some ladies' mistakes on this.
I was thinking about 2 really crazy situations, one with the gentleman, one with the lady this year. The first one with the gentleman, he has claimed that you were a total bitch because the restaurant ran out of rabbit. Yes, and it was our personal fault that all the rabbit was eaten on Friday night in a very popular restaurant, and we have ruined his chances for happiness. And I was thinking about the lady who has written me a very angry email that our psychologist Alessia was very rude to her because in her message she hasn't used any smiling faces. I have read their correspondence, and Alessia was asking her when was the right time for her to come over for the interview, and she has suggested two variants. It was very polite, like, do you mind coming over for the interview on Tuesday or on Wednesday, on this time or on that time? There were no smiling faces. The lady has asked me to fire Alessia. Same situation with this rabbit guy.
No, this guy, he told me that if I was working with him, I was already fired. And when you explain to him that we are not restaurant owners, we can only choose. And you know, I think that many of our clients who are watching this video, they will also agree that we try to choose the best places, the most cozy places for the dates. For us, there is no big difference in which restaurant our couple will meet. For us, the main thing that they will have a cozy atmosphere.
No, there is a difference. We don't want to send them to a place where they have loud music, or for example, is frequent.
Where atmosphere will be, for us, the main thing, the atmosphere will be correct for the date, that they will feel cozy, they will feel calm, relaxed, and they will have a good quality conversation. For us, it's the main question. So we always try to choose places that requires cover all our needs in these questions. So this restaurant also was in this list, and we never had any bad situations with it. So when I received his messages in the evening after the date, I read them several times.
Did you use smiling faces?
I don't remember because I was concentrated on something else. I read several times when I was trying to explain to him that, of course, I asked that we are sorry that we chose this place, but this restaurant has a good reputation. But there was like, red flag. I thought that we are, I don't know, on some rodeo, and he already has one goal.
How many emails has he written to you? Like 10, 12?
It was in Messenger, so I don't remember how many messages it was, but it was a lot of them, and they were concentrated only on the restaurant. When I was trying to ask him about the date, exactly how he felt about the lady, how the date went well.
He saw red. He didn't want to be reasonable.
Yes, he didn't answer anything except of the restaurant, of the choice. So of course, but we are coming to men mistakes again.
We will return to ladies' mistakes, because after the situation with this lady and smiling faces, because our psychologist and the whole team, like all managers and our second psychologist Eugenia, and we will show her in the new video soon, when we talk to women, even though women are not our paying clients, we understand how important it is to truly have this strong reputation among women, so that they recommend us to their friends, sisters, daughters, mothers. So when people tell that Paradise Date by Diolli.com, and we have a brand for ladies that is called Paradise Date, women always tell that this is a really good agency and they know someone who was introduced through this agency. So we sat, all the managers, and we were talking about smiling faces. Should we add them into our communication with ladies or maybe not? And we have decided that we will add a little heart at the end of the first message, because some ladies, they don't find smiling faces appropriate. Other women do, and we have discussed it on Instagram. Of course, that lady, she did not become a member of our free database for obvious reasons. And of course, I didn't fire Alessia, though I personally have apologized to that lady for this inconvenience, but probably we are not the right company for her. Of course, it is impossible to be the right company for everyone. But if we are talking about dating mistakes and about the wrong attitude, for example, we had to cancel 2 approved matches for our clients this year. One lady, she has demanded that we pay for her taxi to go to the date. And for me, it was a red flag that she is not that interested in meeting our client. It is interesting because she came to our office several times to go through all the necessary interviews, and she was saying all the right things. And pretty much right before the date, I think she saw that now she can make demands because she is already approved as a match, and it will be not very pleasant to explain to a client why we have to cancel her. And another situation, a lady claimed that she can't pay for her train to travel from Kiev to Kharkov, even though we tell to all ladies who join our database and who are from other cities that you will have to come on your own cost to Kharkov on a date. And the train ticket, it costs like $30, I think.
Maybe even less.
$25-$30. It depends on the level of comfort of the train ticket that you buy. But she is 37 and she can't afford to pay $25 or $30 for her train ticket. Like, really? To me, it's also a signal that she is not that interested in meeting our client. So, of course, such situations, unfortunately, they happen not very often, because we conduct multiple interviews with the ladies, and if the lady wants to gain something, well, she will have to invest lots of time into going through all these interviews. But ladies also fall for mistakes. I was thinking about a woman who, after the first date, was claiming that a gentleman has already fallen in love with her.
I was thinking about this.
And she doesn't want to break his heart because she's not in love with him after the first date.
Yes, and of course it also sounded strange because, sometimes we all people...
and she is 37 years old as well.
And what is strange, that people sometimes they mix politeness, good attitude, good communication with feelings to them. So this guy, what he did, he invited her to a good restaurant, he presented her flowers, he gave her compliments, he was very polite during the dinner, and of course he took her back home after the date. And all this made her think that he's already in love with her and it is too soon and she's not ready to build relationships
took
so
her back
fast.
home in the sense that he has given her a ride.
Yes, yes, I mean that, and it was strange because all these they were signs for her that he's already in love with her, and it was too fast, too soon for her.
He actually liked her. He wanted to go out with her on a second date, but of course he was not in love with her yet. Like, one date, like, really? And same happens with guys. I can think of a few gentlemen over the years who, after the first or second date, claim that the lady has to tell him that she loves him too.
I remember that.
Do you remember the gentleman? He was an Indian gentleman, and they had 3 dates, I think. Then he has returned back home. They were talking on phone for 1 week, and he told, or 2 weeks, and he told her that she has to tell him that she loves him or he won't travel to see her again.
It started even on the 3rd date. I remember that because they were with an interpreter, she tried to change the topic when he was asking a lady on the 3rd date if she feels the same to him. Interpreter, we have very good professionals in our team, and she understood that this topic is too soon to bring up on the 3rd date. She tried
to slow the client down.
To slow him, but it was impossible. He asked, I have to know if she is already in love with me because I love her and I want to know that this is mutual.
We tried to talk to him, we tried to reason him because, like 3 dates, like, really? And the lady, she actually liked him before all this love bombing and proclaiming love after like 3 dates and 2 weeks of communication by phone or even less. She really liked him, she was into him and she wanted to get to know him. But insta love happens only in movies. Like in real life, you have to get to know a person to claim that you like this person or you love this person. Like 3 dates, 2 weeks of communication is way too soon.
And you know, also, I remembered one situation, we can't call it a lady mistake, but some strange behavior from a lady's side. We had a date, the date went perfectly well, they communicated without interpreter, the lady, she had fluent English, so everything went well, and then after 1 hour and a half, she got up and said that, okay, I have to go. Thank you for a great time. Everything went well. The man was shocked because she left. We started to call her, asking.
She left her coat and she left flowers in the restaurant. That girl you're talking about?
No, I was talking about another girl, because we tried to call her and she said that date went so perfectly well. It was so interesting, so great. So she wanted to stop it on a positive note, to be looking forward to the second one and to meet faster for the second time, because the first date was so perfect that she wanted to finish it on the perfect note.
Another crazy story, very similar. Do you remember that girl? She actually, it was like an hour and a half. She left her coat and it was winter, and she left flowers, her covers parked by the restaurant, and she left. And the gentleman has called us and said that she went to the restaurant, but it has been like 30 minutes. We called the restaurant and they told us that she left. We called her and she said that, oh, it was so good and he's so handsome and everything went so well and I don't know what to do, so I just left. So ladies fall into dating mistakes as well. I can't say that as common as guys, because we work with gentlemen, we coach gentlemen, so of course we give dating tips and advice to women as well. I was thinking about another date this summer, when the lady has started talking about politics in the United States, a young girl, 23 or 24 years old, but she was so stressed and with the whole experience, like meeting an English-speaking young gentleman, a date in a restaurant, and later on, our psychologist, she called her, I think 2 or 3 times before we managed to get feedback, because she was so agitated with the whole experience. And before that date, when we were talking to her in the office, yes, I could tell that she doesn't have much of dating experience, but she is 23 or 24, so it's not a huge surprise. But she was really, really stressed, and she has started talking about Biden, about Putin, about Trump, all very romantic topics.
And you know, I think that many mistakes they can be made on a date exactly because of stress, because people are stressed, and sometimes they can really bring up topics that they would never discuss in normal situation. Maybe they think that it will be interesting for the person in front of them to discuss it. So a lot of mistakes, they really can be made by stress. So it's very important to relax, to concentrate on positive things, and not to think about not to tell something wrong. Exact situation we also had when the lady was so stressed. She was dating, she was meeting, it was the first date with a guy, and he had several schools in the United Kingdom, so he is working in educational system, and she also was so stressed. Of course, she knew it before the date, and she was trying to ensure him that the educational system in the USSR was the best in the world. It's the best educational system now in Ukraine and Russia. European systems, USA, they will never be the same, so they are just nothing comparing to our system. Of course, when she thought later what she was talking about on the date,
and he felt attacked that
yes,
she's critiquing his schools.
And for any person, you know, it's like she doesn't value what he's doing in his life. He was offended. To be honest, he was offended, and of course it was difficult to explain to him that it was because of stress.
And she's fluent in English, so if there was an interpreter, probably an interpreter will would help smooth this situation, but in that case, she has regretted it later on. And also add to this situation a bottle of wine. and a gentleman is handsome and she hasn't been out on a date for a while. So women do mistake as well. I was thinking about a situation when it was so hard to convince a guy to buy flowers for a date, because he was telling me that it is too much, I have traveled here and I will take you out. And his date, she told him that, oh, you shouldn't have brought me flowers. And the gentleman, he told me that, see, Svetlana, I shouldn't have bought her flowers. She said that I should have buy her flowers. When I have asked her, like, Marina, why did you say to John that he shouldn't have bought you flowers? Didn't you like them? Oh, I have really enjoyed them. And I see that she's posting lots of photos of this bouquet on her Facebook and Instagram. And she's telling me this phrase that I just didn't want him to think that I am materialistic. But you should have complimented the flowers if you have enjoyed them so much, because you have sent him such mixed signals. And he was quite sure that he shouldn't have brought her flowers, but that guy, he got married, so since worked well for him. So ladies do mistakes as well. It just it doesn't make much sense to jump into discussing female mistakes on this channel, since it is addressed to male audience. Like 95% of people who watch this channel are male, and I think 5% of people, of ladies who watch this channel, are either our female clients or some competitors.
But maybe these small examples will help you to understand that not only you are making mistakes, that ladies also do it, that it's totally fine to be stressed on the date, it's totally fine to do some small mistakes, don't do them too often or don't make them too big. But ladies do them too, so if it helps you that you are not only one part that make mistakes on dates, then now you will know it.
Sometimes gentlemen think that it is a dating mistake, that a lady has her own expectations regarding a gentleman she will date. So sometimes gentlemen write in the comment below our videos or during our first consultations by Skype, they tell me something like, oh, you should educate women that age is just a number, or you should educate women that it doesn't matter how tall is the guy, or it doesn't matter that he has 4 kids from previous marriages. You should tell her, if it was in our powers, we would match everyone and we would have no job to do. We will probably be filming videos all day long and writing books about love and about 100% success rate. But people can be stubborn, they can be realistic and not realistic in their dating expectations. Both men and women can be like that. I can tell you that women usually are more open-minded. For example, we have worked with several gentlemen who are disabled, and we have successfully matched them over the years, so we got them married. So of course, usually before taking such a client, we do a research if we will have enough candidates in our database. But when ladies who are disabled reach out to us to join our database, we usually say no, because we understand that we won't have paying male clients who would be open to meet them. So I can tell that women are usually more open. And same situation, if the gentleman has 2 kids from previous relationship, they can match him. But usually if the lady has 2 kids, it is way more complicated to match her.
Yes, that's true, that ladies, they are more open-minded about that, that's for sure.
We have matched ladies with gentlemen who are shorter than they are. We have matched ladies with gentlemen who are awkward in their flirting, in their courting technique, because they don't have much experience in dating. So women are usually more open-minded and flexible about such things. Of course, there are women with unrealistic dating expectations. I remember I was interviewing this girl, she's 31, a very beautiful girl, and she wants to date someone up till 28, she's 31. And I've told her that within 13 years we never had this situation when a gentleman would hire us pairs to introduce him to a woman who is older. And he has to be 1 meter and 85 centimeters tall, and he has to have blue eyes and this type of surfer body. So there was a long list of qualities. She is a very beautiful girl. And 2 weeks after she has joined our database, even though I've told her that chances that a guy like that would hire us and will be looking for your type are like very slim, she has decided to give it a try. And 2 weeks after, she was like calling our office phone, leaving messages that we do not do the right job because there is no line of guys wanted to date her.
Yeah, so ladies, they also can.
And she didn't pay for our services. So pretty much she came to our office. She had 2 or 3 cups of tea or coffee. She had a consultation with a matchmaker for free. All ladies get a free consultation with a matchmaker and a psychologist. And 2 weeks after, she was demanding these very hot younger guys. So unrealistic expectations, they prevent many singles, both male and female, from finding the one. The gentleman in this email, he also is complaining that not all women are okay with this hobby hunting. He hunts animals. Well, of course, you have to understand that some women will find it cruel.
Yeah, it's normal. It's not for everyone, and it's totally fine that some people find some hobbies normal, and other people will find it really cruel. So it can be. Why not? That's why we are not for everyone, and not everyone is a good match for us. That's why I understand that it happens that he met ladies before that didn't like this hobby, and it's fine, it can be, why not?
And there are women who do not eat meat, for example, and there are men who do not eat meat because they think it is cruel to eat animals.
Yes, and he gave an example that, for example, when she's going to the restaurant, she's eating salad with turkey or with beef, but when somebody is killing, then this is cruel. But one thing is to do it for living, and another thing to do it like sport. Hunting, it's kind of sport. He's doing it not just to live, to eat. It's not so necessary for him. It's type of sport, so it's absolutely different questions.
When I have just started working as an individual matchmaker, I had a client and he grows exotic snakes. And he has this, I can't call it a lab, but a place where all the snakes live right in his house. So it's a big house and all the snakes live there. And of course, when I have started working with him, I knew that not all women will be open to that. Because living in a house full of snakes, he ended up marrying a lady, and she's an exotic dancer, and she actually danced with a snake. So she owned this python, and she couldn't bring the python to the United States because a python did not have a passport. And it was not possible to do it. And I remember the story. I don't know if you guys are watching our channel. It has been almost 12 years. Wow. Since we have worked, but in that case, he was a nice, good-looking guy, but his profession, and it was his passion, these exotic snakes. The majority of women I was interviewing, they were surprised and not very excited, because of course, if ladies consider not just going out with him on a date, but dating him and probably, hopefully,
to live in future with these snakes.
Katya, would you be okay living in a house full of snakes?
With snakes, I'm okay, but I will never agree with about spiders. If he would say that he has spiders, it will be I will be the person that will be left in the first seconds of the date, because for me it's so big fear that it's not that you don't accept another person, it's something that you can't fight. It's your fear, it's inside. So for me it will be absolutely no. Snakes, it's okay. Spiders, never ever in my life.
Guys will be surprised, but many ladies turn down a potential match because they don't like a photo. You have several clients at the moment. I can't tell that they are not handsome. They are not Jared Leto type, I would call it this way. or Keanu Reeves type. So they are just normal looking guys. And many women turn them down based on the photo for different reasons. He's too skinny for my taste, or he's not tall enough, or he's too tall. I have even heard such excuses.
Because for ladies, appearance is important too. Not only men choose by their eyes, ladies also choose by their eyes. So it's also important when we say to our clients that you have to provide us with good quality photos, not photoshopped, but recent good quality photos. Because it's really important.
Not a picture that it was taken 20 years younger, when you are 42 and now you're 62, claiming that you haven't changed at all. Because if you provide photos that were taken 20 years ago, well, by the way, great idea for such people to create a website where people will post photos that were taken 20 years ago. Some retro dating. Katya, we have time for one more female mistake and then we will wrap it up.
Oh, I think that I already said most of mistakes that I have remembered. I wanted to say also about the mistake that sometimes ladies mix a good attitude to them and politeness on a date with feelings, and sometimes they really, I can say after the date that he really fell in love. I'm not ready for so fast a relationship, that it's too soon. So it can be with ladies too. What else?
I was thinking about this gentleman, and he's very successful professionally. I think like multi-millionaire dollar professionally successful, and he speaks 4 languages. He's like very well traveled, and we have introduced him to a lady. They went out on a date. I think they had 2 dates, and she really liked all the stories he was sharing. She really liked Maet Chardon and all the tasty treats he was introducing her to, and she said that, can you introduce me to someone like that, but I want him to be younger, I want him to be taller, and I want him to be super athletic. I wanted to make like a facepalm at that moment.
It's the same like sometimes gentlemen ask us that I want that quality in one person, and we have to create like Frankenstein or what we have to do.
Tatiana's English was the best. Can you introduce me to someone with Tatiana's English, with Marina's head, with Irina's body, and I really like the personality of Natalia. So please add more personality of Natalia and add more English from there.
Yes, sometimes people forget that they meet already full packages, and we can't change anything. We can coach, we can give recommendations, we can give advice, but we can't change another people. It's important to understand that.
And also, we act in a different way around different people. A shy guy can be very shy and awkward with one girl, and with another girl he can be more talkative, he can crack jokes, and we can get the feedback that, oh, he was so funny and I have really enjoyed the date. So if this lady acts this way around you, another mistake we have introduced recently, again, a very successful, very well educated and smart gentleman to a lady. She is actually a travel agent, and she does all reservations in English. She travels often, so she speaks English. Maybe she is not like fluent in a sense that she doesn't make any mistakes, but it is enough to keep a conversation. With him on a date, she was mute. She saw him when he was talking, the way he was talking, and she has relied the whole date to the interpreter. And the gentleman thought that she doesn't speak any English at all, which is ridiculous because she has spoken English to me.
It's again, it's about stress, I think. She was so stressed.
And also she wanted to give a good first impression because she really liked him. And she didn't want to appear less in his eyes, I think. Okay, guys, we hope you haven't fallen asleep. Thank you so much for all your questions, all your comments below our videos. Please write in the comments below this video if you want to see more Katerina on the channel. we will try to distract her from our male clients and bring her more often to our YouTube. We want to wish you love, Svetlana Mucha
and Katerina Romanenko,
especially for Diolli.com.
with love.